Part 24. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 231. The current situation is somewhat special. The Academy clearly said that the highest level is only the little beast king of the 9th level of the superpower, but now there is a mutant beast of the awakened level. Chu Wei is not sure whether there are mutant beasts higher than the awakened level ahead, so Chu Wei lets Sumomo stay in the force is the safest. Hey! Where are you going? However, Chu Wei did not answer Sumomo's words at all, and Chu Wei's figure was no longer visible like a shadow. Although Chu Wei did not show his teleportation, with Chu Wei's 105 points of agility attribute plus the strength of the 9th level of the superpower, his speed is probably difficult to match even for people in the awakened level. How far are we from it? The invigilators who entered the competition mountain were anxiously rushing to the source of the alarm. We may still have 17 minutes to go. While rushing on the road, an invigilator took the time to look at a locator on his wrist. There was a red dot on this locator, which was the location of the alarm. Not good, there are more than a dozen students approaching the alarm. A dozen green dots appeared around the red dot on the proctor's locator, and the green dots represented the students. Hurry up, the proctor shouted, and at the same time he prayed while speeding up, I hope that Lao Wang and the others in the sky can get there faster. Otherwise, these dozen students are probably dead. Unless, there are strong students with the strength of the Great Demon King in the previous 2 sessions who may be able to fight the human-faced eagle, but, there are no such excellent students in this session. Hey! And Chu Wei, who was rushing to the forest ahead, had already felt that the fierce breath was in front of him. Ah! Help! Who will save us? Don't come over, don't come over. Ah! Suddenly, there was a voice of someone calling for help in front of him, and there was a miserable howl. Not only that, the forest ahead was windy, and the strong wind shook all the trees that were as thick as a person. Chu Wei speeded up, and the next second Chu Wei saw an open space in the forest ahead. This empty space was not originally empty, but all the trees in this area were knocked down, so there was an empty space the size of a playground. In this empty space, Chu Wei saw a giant eagle that was more than 10 meters long and looked very ferocious. There was a human-shaped face on the chest of this giant eagle, which looked very mutated. And around the giant eagle, there were more than a dozen students lying in a mess, all of whom were lying on the ground motionless, and it was unknown whether they were dead or alive. I didn't expect that a little human was missed here. The human-faced eagle found Chu Wei, and a sharp and mocking voice came out of the mouth of the human face on its chest. You humans raised me, this time I broke through to the 2nd level mutant beast, and I must kill all you little humans. Chu Wei frowned slightly. The 2nd level mutant beast is the realm of human awakeners. Little human, why don't you scream? Shouldn't you scream when you see me? The human-faced eagle just met the dozen students lying on the ground around him, and they were all scared to death by screaming. The human-faced eagle has been kept captive. They are actually subject to many restrictions in this mountain. They cannot leave the place assigned to them by humans. This is a move by the Imperial Capital Academy to protect the participating students. As long as the contestants do not actively enter the territory of the mutant beasts, the mutant beasts cannot actively attack the students. And it is precisely because it has been imprisoned in one place that the human-faced eagle's originally violent character has become even more violent. At this moment, its realm has broken through, and that kind of restriction has long been broken by it. It now likes to see humans being scared to death in front of it. This is the pleasure of revenge. Screaming? I'm afraid you are overthinking it, but you will probably scream later. Chu Wei said lightly. The human-faced eagle was furious. Little human, my realm has been improved, and you still dare to look down on me. I will tear you apart myself and let you feel the fear of bleeding and death. Then, I will step on you under my feet and make you beg me not to die. Chu Wei smiled lightly and shook his head. Is this really an era of pretending? But when pretending, can you first understand the opponent's strength? Chu Wei had no extra words, and his body shook. Bang! 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 The 208 steel flying blades on his back directly formed a pair of flying blade wings more than 2 meters long. The edges of these wings are all blades, and the sharp breath seems to be able to cut steel and iron, let alone ordinary flesh and blood. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shuxiang ZK. Chapter 232. Are you ready to die? Chu Wei walked forward step by step, and several flying blades on the edge of the wings had already detached from the wings, forming a bunch of flying blades floating around Chu Wei. Dare to look down on me? I hate humans like you the most. Go to hell. The human-faced eagle flapped its 10-meter-long wings, and suddenly a strong wind blew. The feathers on its wings turned into steel needles and flew towards Chu Wei. Chu Wei's eyes were not moved at all. With a move of consciousness, Chu Wei's 2-meter-long flying blade wings automatically formed a circle to protect Chu Wei in the middle. Although the human-faced eagle had many steel needles, it was difficult to break Chu Wei's wings. After that, Chu Wei spread his wings, and several flying blades directly pierced through the steel needles as dense as bullets, and directly pierced through the head of the human-faced eagle, bringing out a trace of blood, and then drew a semicircle in the air and returned to Chu Wei's side again, floating next to the wings. The corpse of the human-faced eagle fell down. This mutant beast, whose strength had just been promoted to the awakened realm, did not walk out of a round in Chu Wei's hands. Chu Wei came to the front of the human-faced eagle and put his hand on the corpse. Ding! Extracting biological genes. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining 500,000 spiritual energy points. The current spiritual energy value, 1.0115 million/2.048 billion. The current level of superpower is 9th level. Chu Wei put down his palm. The system extracted genes as expected. But there was one thing that surprised Chu Wei. Looking at the score sheet given to him by the Imperial Capital Academy in his hand, Chu Wei couldn't help but frown secretly. Just now, killing this human-faced eagle that reached the awakened realm did not count the points. Chu Wei originally had more than 200 points, but now it is still more than 200 points. You should know that killing a level 9 superpower beast king will get 190 points. This human-faced eagle must have at least 200 points. If these 200 points are added, Chu Wei should be the first among the thousands of freshmen. Although Chu Wei came to kill the human-faced eagle out of curiosity, not for the first place in points, but he fought without reward, it seems like he fought in vain. Is my score meter broken? Without staying by the corpse of the human-faced eagle for long, Chu Wei flapped his wings and his whole body disappeared in a flash. He wanted to find another mutant beast to try and see if his meter was broken. Chu Wei didn't care about the students on the ground. Under Chu Wei's keen perception, they were still breathing, probably because they were knocked unconscious by the strong wind of the human-faced eagle. But if Chu Wei hadn't come in time, these students might have become food for the human-faced eagle. Old Su, look, the alarm source has disappeared. The invigilators who were rushing to the forest suddenly exclaimed with joy. Really? Let me see. After reading it, Old Su said excitedly, God bless us, this human-faced eagle is dead. Yes. Yes. But how did this human-faced eagle die? Could it be that a great awakening master knew about it and rushed over? I think it should be, otherwise, there are only those students in this mountain. How can those students deal with the human-faced eagle? It's good enough if they are not eaten. That's right. Anyway, let's go to the scene and see it first. 10 minutes later. In the woods where the human-faced eagle died? That's not right. If this human-faced eagle was killed by the Great Awakening Master, then what about the Master? Several invigilators gathered around the more than 10-meter-long corpse of the human-faced eagle to discuss. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shuxiang Zk. Chapter 233. The injured and fainted students around were also awakened by them and treated their wounds. At this moment, the figures of several of them surrounded the human-faced eagle. I think it must have been killed by the instructor of the academy. You see, this human-faced eagle was killed in an instant, without even a trace of resistance. An invigilator named Chen Tao pointed at the head of the human-faced eagle and said, there were several wounds on the head caused by flying blades. It can be seen that this human-faced eagle that reached the awakening level was killed by a very sharp blow. No one present could do such strength. If it was not killed by the instructor of the Great Awakening level, who else could kill the human-faced eagle so cleanly? Could it be that it was done by these students who fainted? If all the students of this class can kill this human-faced eagle, then the sun will really rise from the west. They all know the strength of this class of freshmen. Bai showed that the strength of a level 5 superpower can fight against a level 6 superpower should be the strongest. But Bai definitely couldn't withstand the blow of this human-faced eagle. So, this matter can only be killed by a mentor at the Great Awakener level. Yes. There are only those students here besides us. If we didn't kill this human-faced eagle, it is even more impossible for those students to kill it. So, I agree with Lao Chen, it must be killed by a mentor of the academy. In the past, mentors from the Imperial Capital Academy would occasionally come to the scene to watch the freshmen's competition. Maybe this time it was just a mentor passing by. Although these invigilators are responsible for invigilation, their identities are far inferior to those of mentors. After all, mentors who can teach cultivation are all masters at the Great Awakener level. Okay, let's not discuss it here, let's go back first. No matter what, as long as there are no casualties among students this time, it is a blessing. As for who killed this human-faced eagle, we will know when we go back and check the surveillance. Several invigilators left here quickly with several seriously injured students. Half an hour later. In front of the surveillance screen at the entrance outside the mountain, several invigilators opened their eyes wide together, and saw a student with his back to them looking at the human-faced eagle from a distance on the surveillance screen. Suddenly, the student's back shook, and a set of flying wings composed of 208 flying blades appeared behind him. What level of equipment is this? One of the invigilators recognized the extraordinary nature of the wings. Before everyone had time to discuss, they saw that the human-faced eagle on the screen had already launched an attack on the student. The feathers of the human-faced eagle were thin and numerous. When attacking, it was like countless machine guns firing bullets at the student. Everyone at the scene couldn't help holding their breath, because even if they faced this kind of attack, they needed to be 12 points of spirit to face it. If the body was not careful, it would be shot with thousands of holes. However, what everyone didn't expect was that the student didn't panic at all when facing this kind of attack. He was too calm. He just flapped his wings and wrapped himself up, and then a few flying blades came out, and the human-faced eagle was killed instantly. After watching the whole process of the human-faced eagle being killed instantly by the student, all the invigilators fell into deep thought. I can't believe it, I guessed wrong, it really wasn't the instructor who killed it, it was actually done by this class of students. Examiner Chen, who previously thought that the human-faced eagle was killed by the instructor, was amazed. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shuxiang Zk. Chapter 234. Yeah, who would have thought that a student could kill the human-faced eagle with one strike? Everyone, don't forget his pair of wings. An examiner reminded him that he thought the student was able to kill the human-faced eagle not because of his own strength, but because the pair of wings on his back were too strong. Yes, his pair of wings can not only fly, but the 208 flying blades are probably very powerful. Old Su, your thunder wings don't have that much attack power, right? Among the several invigilators, only Old Su has equipment that can fly, the thunder wings. It is said that the thunder wings are the second-level superior equipment that Old Su spent a lot of money to get. The thunder wings can not only fly, but also release lightning to attack the enemy. It has always been regarded as a treasure root by Old Su. Although my thunder wings can release lightning, it can definitely not kill the human-faced eagle with one strike. This student's wings are stronger than mine. Old Su sighed a little. His treasure root was actually not as good as a student's equipment. Old Su, who do you think this student is? Who knows? We can only see his back and wings in the surveillance, but not his face. But no matter who he is, he can't be as powerful as the freshman big devil from the previous two classes. Some examiners have begun to compare Chu Wei, whose name they don't know, with the freshman big devil from the previous two classes. After all, one of the two killed all the little beast kings of the 9th level of the superpowers in the previous 2 years alone, overpowering all the freshmen of that year and achieving the reputation of the freshman big devil. The other one killed the human-faced eagle who accidentally advanced to the awakened level with one blow. But in the minds of some examiners, the big devil from the previous two classes is still more powerful. After all, they think Chu Wei relies on the wings equipment. That's not necessarily true. This freshman hasn't shown all his strength. Maybe his own ability can be better than the big devil. There are also examiners who support Chu Wei. Haha, if this new student is more powerful than the big devil, I will eat this screen. That's not necessarily true. Don't be so decisive. I'm afraid you won't be able to eat it when the time comes. The two invigilators with different opinions actually quarreled because of their different opinions. It's a pity that this human-faced eagle has broken through the level limit. There are no points for killing it. Otherwise, we can find him by checking who has obtained the points of the human-faced eagle. Old Su sighed. But he didn't care who was more powerful between Chu Wei and the big devil. He mainly wanted to see Chu Wei's wing equipment. Because he had not reached the Great Awakener, he could not transform into wings to fly. So he loved wing equipment the most. If the student's wing equipment could be sold, he would be willing to exchange it with all his family wealth. Got it? Old Su's eyes lit up, and he said, this freshman killed the human-faced eagle, which saved many freshmen's lives, which is a great achievement. When the time comes, a notice will be posted on the school's bulletin board, saying that the school will give him an extra reward, so that he will naturally come to receive the reward. In this way, we will know who this freshman is and what his strength is. In the distant competition mountains, Chu Wei was killing a mutant beast, a snake rat, at the 6th level of the superpower realm. He had no idea that his casual killing of the human-faced eagle had already caused a storm in the minds of the examiners. He didn't know that he had been compared with the genius devil kings of the previous 2 sessions by the examiners. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 235. Ding. Gene extraction completed. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 5 wisdom attribute points, currently 16 wisdom attribute points. After Chu Wei used the system to extract the genes of the mutant beast snake rat, Chu Wei looked at the score table on his wrist. Killing this mutant beast with a rat head but a snake tail earned 60 points. This watch is not broken. Chu Wei frowned slightly. God knows why there were no points for killing the human-faced eagle before. But Chu Wei didn't think much about it. Anyway, the points were just a matter of killing a few more mutant beasts. The next day, time blinked and it was dusk. This was the last moment of this ranking competition. Chu Wei and Sumomo glanced at the score table on their wrists. The two of them were ranked 4th and 5th at the moment. The top 3 were Zhaokong in 3rd place, Li Jun in 2nd place, and the 1st place was a man named Bai Yu. The last moment has come. Let's go and compete for the gold medal of the new king. Sumomo said, looking at the top of the mountain next to the stone forest on the hillside. At this moment, almost all the freshmen were rushing to the top of the mountain. Because there is a stone platform on the top of the mountain, a gold medal will appear on the stone platform at the last moment of the game. No matter which freshman gets this gold medal, it can be used as 1000 points. This is a good opportunity for those freshmen with low rankings to turn things around. Because even Bayu, who is currently ranked first, only has 1200 points. We are already in the top 10, Chu Wei said indifferently. In fact, the rewards for the top 10 in this game are the same, and they all have the qualifications to enter the ability pavilion. Don't you want to get first place? First place, the king of freshmen. With such a title, it will be much easier for you to get into the academy, do you know? At that time, you will be paid attention to by many people, become the idol of many people, and the mentors will also pay extra attention to you. Sumomo said in a tone of "Why don't you understand?" Chu Wei thought about it for a while. He had already experienced the experience of becoming the idol of many people when he was in Taiyuan City and didn't want to experience it anymore. You should know that when Chu Wei was a national idol in Taiyuan City, almost every time he went out on the street, there would be girls confessing to his little brother, little brother. And there were countless strangers who asked him to take photos with them. Not only that, every time he arrived at a place, many people screamed when they saw him. Some were so excited that they fainted when they saw him. I had to call an ambulance for them. Although such a life had brought Chu Wei many new experiences, it also brought a lot of trouble. After all, he would be disturbed almost every day when he went out. So after listening to Sumomo's words, Chu Wei decided not to compete for this idol and the so-called new king this time. After all, Chu Wei came to the academy to become stronger. He is now at the 9th level of the superpower. After the superpower, he is the awakener. After the awakener, he is the great awakening. After the great awakening, he is the second awakening, and then the ultimate awakening. After that, Chu Wei needs to reach the king level. There is still a long way to go. So Chu Wei believes that he cannot forget his goal just because he is invincible among the freshmen. He doesn't want to deal with many fans every day because of these reputations. Okay, let's go. Sumomo pulled Chu Wei, who was not very interested, to the top of the mountain. At this moment, at the top of the mountain, a golden medal was slowly rising from a stone platform half a person's height. There were some white statues of people around the stone platform. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 236. Each of these statues is lifelike, and the expressions of the statues are all impressive. These statues are all students who have won the title of Rookie King in each class. Their achievements are carved into statues to encourage the newcomers of each class. After all, if your statue is placed in the Imperial Capital Academy, then you will have something to brag about in your life. At this moment, the field on the top of the mountain, as wide as a playground, is full of students, and each of them is looking at the rising gold medal with excitement. What? Zhao Kong, Li Jun, are you two going to compete with me, Bayu, for the title of Rookie King of this class? A young man in white clothes spoke up, his eyes full of arrogance, because everyone at the scene knew that Bayu was currently ranked first in points. This also means that he is the strongest among the freshmen of this class. Humph. The Rookie King is not yours, don't think you are better than me. If we really fight, it's not certain who will cry, the tall Li Jun spoke up. Although Zhao Kong, who ranked third in points, did not speak, his fiery eyes when looking at the gold medal told everyone that he also wanted the title of Rookie King. Then let's show our true ability. Bai Yu stretched out his hand, but he did not attack Li Jun, but stretched out his hand to grab the gold medal on the stone platform. After all, whoever gets the gold medal is the winner. You dare. Li Jun punched him, and the flames on his fist raised the temperature around him a lot. Blocked by Li Jun, Bai Yu had to fight with Li Jun, and the two continued to attack each other. At this moment, Zhao Kong secretly glanced at the gold medal on the stone platform, moved his feet, and came to the stone platform to take advantage of the fight between the two to take the gold medal. You wish. Bai Yu and Li Jun shouted angrily and attacked Zhao Kong together. Zhao Kong had no choice but to fight with the two. Then the three of them had a big fight. Whoever wanted to take the gold medal would be attacked by the other two. For a while, no one could get the gold medal. There were more than 100 other people around, and those who could come here were all confident people, most of whom were above the second level of superpowers. Some people saw the three fighting and wanted to take advantage of the situation and secretly take the gold medal. However, they were seriously injured by the three people's joint attack. This attack also made the other people who wanted to take advantage feel like a bucket of cold water was poured on their hearts. The strength of these three people was almost the strongest among the freshmen. No one could stop the joint attack of the three. At that moment, they could only sigh at the gold medal. This honor did not belong to them. They did not have the strength. Haha, the gold medal belongs to me, Bai Yu laughed loudly in the battle. He dodged the attack of the two people, pulled out a whip, rolled up the gold medal on the stone platform and went towards himself. As long as the gold medal touched his hand, 1,000 points would be counted on his head. Think too much. Li Jun used a flying knife to hit the gold medal and knocked it away. The flying gold medal went directly to the edge of the venue. At this moment, everyone's eyes were on the gold medal that suddenly flew out. However, just at this moment, a man and a woman walked over from the edge of the venue. And the gold medal just hit the boy's head. In the surprised eyes of everyone, the boy stretched out two fingers and easily and calmly clamped the gold medal. For a moment, the scene was silent. The gold medal that Bai Yu and the other two had fought for so long was actually taken away by someone. It's so funny. Wow. Chu Wei, no way, the gold medal of the Rookie King is on your fingers. The man and woman were Chu Wei and her who were pulled here by Sumomo. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Xu Xiangzike. Chapter 237. Chu Wei glanced at the gold medal between his fingers, and at this moment, the points on the watch on Chu Wei's wrist moved. Ding, got 1,000 points, currently 1,800 points, ranked first. Chu Wei's eyes slightly opened. This gold medal was hit on my head by myself. I didn't want it. Chu Wei. Sumomo pinched Chu Wei's arm and motioned him to look ahead. Chu Wei looked up and saw that everyone's eyes were looking at him with jealousy and envy at this moment. Especially Bai Yu, who was the most prominent in the crowd. He wanted to kill Chu Wei at this moment. He had been fighting for so long, but he was picked up by the newcomer. But the points have been counted on Chu Wei's head. Even if he gets the gold medal back, he will be Chu Wei's Rookie King. Haha, even if this irrelevant person gets it, I will accept it, as long as it's not you, Bai Yu, who gets it. Li Jun next to him was open-minded. He just didn't accept Bai Yu, because this guy suppressed him as soon as he came in. Bai Yu's face became even uglier, his fists clenched tightly, and he said to himself, Chu Wei, I want you to lie on the ground every day after entering the Imperial Capital Academy. Dare to take what I want. Bai Yu was so angry that he put the blame on Chu Wei without thinking. Although Zhao Kong didn't say anything, his eyes were also looking at Chu Wei fiercely, as if he wanted to tear Chu Wei apart. After all, their team was the first to say that Chu Wei was a show-off yesterday. Today, this show-off won the Rookie King. Isn't this a slap in his face? And not only them, but many freshmen also looked at Chu Wei with jealousy. After all, their impression of Chu Wei still remained on the impression that he was not good enough to show off in the reception room the day before yesterday. No one knew that Chu Wei killed the human-faced eagle yesterday. And Chu Wei has been next to Sumomo, and almost everyone still thinks that Chu Wei got the points with Sumomo. And Chu Wei's defeat of Zhou Hong yesterday was considered by everyone that Zhou Hong didn't notice it, and Chu Wei was a sneak attack, at least that's what Zhou Hong said. Seeing the look in the eyes of the group of people in front of him who wanted to eat him, Chu Wei smiled disdainfully. It seems that life in my Imperial Capital Academy cannot be low-key. In this case, then from now on, all those who are not convinced will be beaten until they are convinced. Although Chu Wei did not take action now, he made this decision. And he never thought that the decision he made on the top of the mountain today would set off a huge wave in the entire Imperial Capital Academy and the entire Eastern Union soon. The freshman ranking competition ended just like that. It can be said that the ending was a bit funny. But as Chu Wei said, when you have good character, you can't stop it, and the gold medal of the Rookie King will hit your head by itself. What else can you do? Chu Wei is also helpless. At night, Chu Wei returned to the dormitory of the Imperial Capital Academy. In today's ranking competition, a total of more than 2,200 people reached 60 points, and they can enter the Pill Pavilion tomorrow. And there are more than 1,700 people who have reached 80 points, and they can enter the Martial Arts Pavilion tomorrow. However, only the top 10 can enter the Ability Pavilion. Judging from the distribution of this ratio, the passing score of the school is relatively easy to achieve, but even so, nearly half of the students did not pass. So this part of the students cannot get any rewards. Tonight, countless freshmen who can get rewards tomorrow are celebrating, although most of them cannot enter the Ability Pavilion like Chu Wei, the top 10. But most of them have a prediction in their hearts before the competition. They know that they are not the best among the freshmen, and it is worth celebrating to pass. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 238. So their requirement is to pass the exam, and it is also very good to get a pill for cultivation. I heard that it is a second-level pill, which makes the freshman even more satisfied. After all, the spiritual energy contained in the second-level pill is enough to allow freshmen at the realm of superpowers to directly upgrade half a small realm. Of course, the freshmen who get 80 points are even more excited. After all, they can enter the Martial Arts Pavilion tomorrow. In short, the freshman area of the entire academy can be said to be full of joy. Chu Wei looked at his new dormitory. This dormitory is completely different from the dormitory in Taiyuan City. Chu Wei's dormitory is for single people. Although the area is not very large, the dormitory is equipped with computers, air conditioners, bathrooms, and a balcony with a telescope. I heard that this telescope can see the scene in the universe. This is the dormitory of the Imperial Capital Academy. Although there are thousands of freshmen in the Imperial Capital Academy, the freshman dormitory area of the Imperial Capital Academy is also amazingly large. There are more than 10 buildings with dozens of floors. This made Chu Wei sigh again at the generosity of the Imperial Capital Academy. The Imperial Capital Academy, which is famous in the United Nations, is generous. After a simple wash, Chu Wei sat on his new bed. System, I want to enter the dream space. Ding. The system is preparing. Ding. The host consciousness has entered the dream space. Chu Wei looked up at this already familiar space, the sky with the pattern of the solar system, surrounded by planets and asteroids. Every time he entered this space, Chu Wei would have a wonderful feeling of being in the universe. It seemed that one day he could really fly out of the Earth, soar freely in the solar system, and even in the entire universe. Is there such a strong person in this world? Chu Wei has not heard of anyone who can fly in the universe. However, Chu Wei has heard a lot of legends about aliens, but all of this needs to be explored slowly after he becomes stronger. If a person can really be strong enough to soar freely in the universe, then what will it feel like? Without thinking too much about this, Chu Wei's body shook behind him, and the flying blade wings appeared. Chu Wei flew up and came to the entrance of the 5th floor of the Extreme Tower, which was 20,000 meters high. Since Chu Wei collected all the materials on the 4th floor and trained a set of 3rd-level equipment, Chu Wei's 4th floor was considered to have passed. Boom, a loud noise. The entrance to the 5th floor of the 9-story Extreme Tower opened. Standing at the entrance, Chu Wei looked at everything in the 5th floor tower and couldn't help but take a breath. Because looking around, the 5th floor is a huge space, this space is the universe, and there are planets like the Earth and Mars everywhere. Not only that, there are all kinds of spaceships, flying ships, space stations, and various meteorites passing through the space of the 5th floor like meteors. In short, what is in front of Chu Wei now is like the epic science fiction movie scene seen in the cinema. But unlike watching a movie, Chu Wei is now going to enter this universe and science fiction world. Chu Wei shook his wings and entered the 5th floor without fear. Just after entering, the door behind him closed with a frame, sound. At this moment, Chu Wei seemed to have truly arrived in an unknown universe. Suddenly, several space fighters flew over to Chu Wei. We have discovered an invading creature. We have decided to kill it immediately. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shuxiangzk. Chapter 239. A mechanical sound came from the fighter, and then several space fighters fired laser beams at Chu Wei. This scene was exactly the same as the battle scenes in those interstellar movies. Chu Wei frowned, super-controlled his wings and quickly approached these fighters, and then several flying blades flew out from the edge of the wings and cut into these fighters. The flying blades collided with the steel surface of the fighter, splashing sparks, and the flying blades successfully cut into the fighter. After several back and forth shuttles, the fighter turned into fragments in an explosion. The fragments floated in this space like the universe and became garbage in the universe. Ding! Congratulations to the host for killing the Awakener Realm machine fighter, and the spiritual energy value is rewarded with 500,000. Reward agility attribute value 5 points. Listening to the system's prompt sound, it seems that no matter how unprecedented the space on the 5th floor of the Extreme Tower is, its essence is still the same. They all let themselves kill monsters to obtain spiritual energy and other attribute values. It's just that the monsters this time are these cold machines. Chu Wei looked into the distance. In this universe-like 5th floor, the sky in the distance was endless, as if the 5th floor was a real universe. Although Chu Wei had just shot down several fighters, there were countless spaceships and battleships in the distance, and on those spherical planets, there were steel battle bases like steel cities. All of them were high-tech equipment. This was a country of steel machines in the universe. Alarm, alarm, intruders found, intruders found. In the distance, a spaceship the size of an aircraft carrier sounded an alarm, and at the same time, it flew towards Chu Wei with hundreds of fighters. Chu Wei frowned slightly. These fighters were all in the awakened realm. Hundreds of them came together. This was really a big battle. Chu Wei moved his body and took the initiative to kill. A large part of the 208 flying blades on its back left the wings and floated around him. Chu Wei rushed into the fighter group. Hundreds of flying blades were within a few meters of him. When Chu Wei passed by a fighter, the flying blades around him instantly pierced thousands of holes in the fighter like locusts. Then, with a slight explosion, it became fragments in the universe. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining 5 agility attribute points. Chu Wei's body flashed and immediately came to the side of the two fighters. The flying blades suspended beside his body flew out immediately, and the two fighters were destroyed together. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining 300,000 spiritual energy points. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining 200,000 spiritual energy points. Once the destruction begins, the incomplete destruction will not stop. Chu Wei was seen super controlling the wings on his back and the flying blades around him to shuttle through the fighter group. Every time he passed a fighter, he would bring a spark of destruction. Chu Wei's battle this time was mainly based on wings, and no other means were used. Chu Wei found that among all the third-level equipment, only the flying blade wings consumed the least spiritual energy. Because its core is very cleverly constructed, as long as Chu Wei flaps his wings once, it will automatically generate energy to supply itself. This is just like solar energy and windmill energy. Therefore, super controlling these wings only requires a relatively small amount of spiritual energy. Chu Wei estimates that even if he can super control them for 2 hours, there will be no problem. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shuxiang ZK. Chapter 240. But if it is replaced with other third-level equipment, the degree of spiritual energy consumption is completely different. Take Chu Wei's third-level weapon, the Super Tech Spear, for comparison. If Chu Wei fights with a spear, Chu Wei's current spiritual energy can only be used for 5 minutes. In other words, although the spear is powerful, it must be fought quickly. Otherwise, the consumption of spiritual energy alone will drag himself down. Chu Wei super controlled the wings, and in the explosions, Chu Wei shot down fighter planes one after another. Then came the system's prompt sounds one after another. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining a spiritual energy value of 300,000. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining a spiritual energy value of 400,000. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining a strength attribute value of 5 points. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining agility attribute value of 5 points. Ding! Congratulations to the host. After about 2 hours, Chu Wei, holding a super tech spear, stabbed the aircraft carrier-sized spaceship with one shot, causing a big explosion, and this battle was over. Ding! Congratulations to the host for killing the Awakener's level 5 spaceship and obtaining 1.5 million spiritual energy points. Obtain 10 wisdom attribute points. The latest panel of the current character is as follows. Strength, 195 points. The attack power that can be caused is 19,500 kilograms. Physical strength, 140 points, can form a defense against attacks below 14,000 kilograms. Agility, 150 points, 75 attacks per second. Spirit, 15 points. Can clearly feel all movements within 10 meters. Wisdom, 26 points. Note, the host can consume wisdom points to obtain various professional knowledge on his own, and can also use wisdom points to ask questions to the system. Spirit value, 1.077 billion/2.048 billion. Current ability 9th level. Main attribute points, 26 points. Only 26/100 points are needed to upgrade the next version of the system. Host abilities, Red Lightning, Fire, Dark Water, Catalysis, Ice, Devouring. Host physique, Half Dragon. Host skills, Spiritual Finger Gun, Absorbing Forbidden Hand. Host exclusive skills, Arm of Strength. Blood Boiling, Teleportation. Host equipment, Spiritual Coat, Super Tech Spear, Flying Blade Wings, Giant Sword, White. Host consumables, Blood Recovery Pill, 1 Self-Destruct Rune. Host occupation, 2nd level Weapon Refiner, 1st level Formation Master, 2nd level Alchemist. Host exchange points, 40. Chu Wei listened to the system report breathlessly. Chu Wei had consumed most of his spiritual energy in this battle just now. Even the last time he killed the Great Awakener, Chu Wei did not consume so much spiritual energy. Chu Wei thought about it, mainly because there were too many enemies this time, and their realms were higher than his. Although the last Great Awakener Fu Hua was stronger than this group of fighters, there was only one of them. Although this battle was more difficult, the gains were still great. The spiritual energy alone increased by 60 million. Chu Wei calculated that if he continued at this speed, Chu Wei would be able to enter the Awakener realm in about half a month. Hee. Ding. System prompt: the host has entered the space for 2 hours, and the host consciousness is about to exit. The next second, Chu Wei's consciousness returned to reality. No words were spoken overnight. The next day, today was the day for all freshmen to receive the rewards for yesterday's competition. In the area north of the school, there are several buildings with more than 10 floors. These buildings are arranged in a semicircular shape, like a crescent moon. There is a metal sign in front of each of these buildings, which reads, Pill Pavilion, Martial Arts Pavilion, Refining Pavilion, Book Pavilion, and Array Pavilion.